This is not a kid-friendly show.
Yo, what is really good, my dudes? Welcome to another RuneScape news coverage video. Today we're going to be talking about a forum post by mod Timbo. This is the first dev vlog regarding revealing drop rates. So without any further ado, let's just jump right into it. It says for the introduction, for the entire history of RuneScape, we have been extremely secretive of what the chances are of obtaining rare loot from PVM, be that from Slayer creatures or from the numerous boss monsters that we have since released. From today, we'll no longer hold people in the dark about what the chance to obtain a rare drop from a boss monster is, all part of our effort to be more transparent with you guys, the players. With unfinished business ongoing, we want to start being more open with you guys, and this dev blog is going to talk about why we've kept this a secret in the past, how we come to set rare drop rates in the past and current, as well as how we'll release drop rates and what we'll do for new content. Why so secretive? Traditionally, we've very rarely used to give out information on how rare items are from drops or other various sources, and used to do that for a few good reasons. First of all, one of the reasons that we've given out repeatedly in the past was that the feeling of excitement and mystery about when you got a drop, not knowing exactly when you were owed a drop. One of our other reasons was economical. This kind of ties in with our previous point a little too. If there's not certainty on the drop rates of items, then there's some ambiguity about the prices of items. There's the other flip side that the prices of items simply isn't just a calculation of effort and supplies once you know the missing numbers. The last main reason to talk about is simply reluctancy in wanting to release drop rates. There's an unwritten rule in a lot of games who have random loot that the rates aren't revealed so that a piece of magic isn't lost while doing pieces of content. Why the change of heart? We want to open up much more to you all. We want you to be more involved in our processes and get involved with how content is developed. That is beginning with many more meaningful polls, more development blogs like this where we explain why we're taking certain decisions, and finally with revealing such a big secret in drop rates. After much discussion among ourselves and the outpouring of passion from players over the years, we've decided that it's better for the game and for ourselves for you to have as much information as possible at your fingertips regarding putting effort in to obtain the drops. Whether or not you want to keep any sense of mystery is in your own hands now. We won't be withholding that information any longer. How are drop rates determined? Rolling a d6 and then multiplying it by 1,000. We're kidding, promise. Before we talk about how we're going to reveal drop rates, we should talk about how we come up with them for some context. This is how we determine drop rates, a small process that goes from design through to QA. Here is a rough form. The developer/designer has an initial idea of how rare we want the item to be. We match to see if that sort of rarity is appropriate for the item, considering the following. What's the average kill time for the monster/boss that drops the item? How many of this item do we want to enter the game each week? Are there any special modifiers that need to be applied? Anything else special that might affect drop chances? The first point we consider when it comes to drop rates is that it all comes down to how rare the developer/designer of the project wants the item to be, in keeping with their vision and design for the content. Whether or not that is as rare as the infamous Hazelmere Signet ring or a common drop like Muspa's spines. The vision and intended rarity of the developer is one of the most important parts of the process. Next up is testing and time trials of the mostly finished boss or monster. It is here that we get an accurate feel of how likely it is to get an item based on these kill times. We take a look at varying skill levels of players too. How does this drop rate feel for a more casual player? Is it still appropriate even though they will be killing much slower than other players? Once we have this data, we can gauge how many items we want to come in a week based on a number of players who can even access the content and its kill times. This will determine the availability and, as such, the price of the items, so we need to make sure that we get this right. Once that's all set and done, we're mostly happy with the drop rate. Then we make sure there are no extra special circumstances that might change the drop rate or need to be checked. This is 99% of the time making sure everything we've done so far is correct and that we haven't missed any edge cases. Revealing the drop rates. So how exactly are we going to be revealing drop rates? Over the course of the next couple of weeks, we're going to be revealing a number of drop rates on Friday at 10 game time UTC. Be sure to come back each week and check out this thread and also on our Twitter and Facebook. Based on your feedback to the blog, we'll determine which drop rates we release in order, so if you have any particular drop or set of drops that you've been wanting to know the most, let us know. The first drop rate reveal will be on Friday the 22nd September at 10 game time UTC. So make sure to check back to social media and the forums to see what we reveal. It is important to note here that while we will be totally open about what the drop rates of items are, we're not going to be changing the drop rates of any of the older items that we reveal. As talked about previously in the blog, these rates have been through the process and are what they are for game health reasons. Going forward, for new content, there will be a 1-month gap between the content going live and the drop rates being revealed. The reason for this is we don't want to reveal them straight away and let the update have a bit of breathing room and get a chance for prices to settle. So that's it. Thank you for reading this blog. Please let us know your feedback, what you thought about it, and what you want the first drop rate reveal to be. Mod Timbo and the RuneScape team. And I'll have a link to the forum down below so you can give your feedback on what you want to see first on the first dev blog on the 22nd. Anyways, that's it for the video, guys. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you're not subscribed yet and you want to stay up to date on all things RuneScape related, then hit that subscribe button. Anyways, I appreciate you guys watching. I'm out. Peace.